All right, Brad. Let's
I
hear.
blew up Fraps to make his Skype blow up.
Let's
That's what I did.
let's let's hear about why you think the most beloved game on PlayStation is the shittiest game you've ever played ever.
It's not. The
Okay,
most
I'm
beloved
freaking
game on
back
the
again.
PlayStation. The most beloved game on the PlayStation 3 is Uncharted 2, and that game is spectacular, especially compared to the first Uncharted. All right, here's my list. It's still the same. I'm not gonna, Jake. This just isn't gonna. I'm not gonna be as angry as I was before.
Well, now
I was nice. I was greasy. I was salty. I was all oiled up. The
Well,
lube was ready, and
let's
now
let's get you oiled up again. Let's just picture yourself playing Uncharted 1 just all alone in your room, and
not the same.
you're trying to play the fucking game, and then everything just the aiming just doesn't make
Jake,
sense.
the aiming is fine. Oh, okay, no,
No, it's not.
Yeah, the aiming.
There were a couple times that really was like, what? What? You made me lock on and then move my reticle? Oh, some of that lock on there. Okay.
Just the fact that you could shoot. It was just weird.
Yeah,
The
just the
whole-
fact that you could shoot it all.
You shouldn't have been able to shoot anything, really. It
What
should
you
have just
talking
been.
about?
Yeah.
The bullet should have just, like, fell out of it, not fired. You know?
No,
No.
it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't quite.
See, I'm not getting a fucking break. Hello?
And now he's ruining the recording.
I know.
What
Hello?
It turns out not only do you have low fiber,
Yeah.
but you have stage 4 pancreatic cancer.
Nick Sapon ruining everything like
Nick
always.
Sapon is actually dying on this phone call.
God dang it.
I also noticed that he changed his picture and he looks like the scariest motherfucker I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. I went for that.
So anyway, can we talk back about Uncharted again?
But first, Uncharted. All the piss and vinegar is gone. Just
So
gonna make a little checklist here.
so do you think there were better games out when that game came out?
Oh yeah,
Like
actually, I
Yeah,
don't-
there were way better games than Uncharted.
by the time I'm gonna go look up the release date for the first Uncharted because I think that came out in like May 2007. Now, late 2007 was fantastic. The end of 2007 had Call of Duty 4, Mass Effect, BioShock. All these fantastic games came out at the end of. Oh no, Uncharted did come out around that time. So. Oh yeah, I think,
Exactly. It wasn't that great.
yeah, but it was beloved when it came out.
no, it wasn't.
Not really. The second one was.
The second one was awesome. The first one, the critics were kind of like, ain't nothing really special about this game. It's okay, but for some reason, like consumers dug it. But a lot of the critics were like, the guys that made Crash Bandicoot, the guys that made Jack and Daxter made this. Like, this is all they did.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, like coming out of a game that like Jack and Daxter and like
I know you're setting yourself up for disappointment at that part, but the first Uncharted,
well, what I'm trying to say is those are like completely different games. You know what I mean?
they are, yeah.
Like one's a shooter and one's like this kind of like dumb little creature. I'm not saying they're bad games because I love those games. They're like my favorite games of all time. But it's just like a little creature that like bounces around and spins really fast. And then you make Uncharted, which is like a dude, like an Indiana Jones kind of guy.
It is Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Actually, upon further investigation, critics loved it. Actually, they were okay with it. They kind of
Okay. You
These
were
are
all
pretty
over
high.
the place.
the more I look at them, these are actually rather high scores.
Really. For Uncharted 1 when it came out.
Yeah, for Uncharted 1 when it came out, I think the lowest I'm seeing is an 8.5 out of 10.
Well,
No,
okay.
I'm seeing an 8. I'm seeing an 8 out of 10.
So like I never had a PS3 and then I got a PS3 and I went over to Nick's house and the first thing I did was play Uncharted because I had never heard of Uncharted. Well, I have heard of it and that's why I wanted to play it. And I'd never played it. And I played it and I was just so disappointed with it.
The first one is not half bad. Again, like Nick said earlier, the other half isn't. It isn't good. The other half of this game isn't very good, but it's not. I think, especially for the time, this was an excellent game. But when you look at what Uncharted 2 fixed, it basically fixed everything about Uncharted 1. So, all right, fine. Let's go through this list. You lost your chance, Fraps. It's your fault.
No,
So
go,
my first,
I've been doing
first
it
big
through them
problem.
for a long time.
yeah, me too.
Really, the
Yeah.
first big problem with this game is that it doesn't give you any ammo.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a fucking big problem because number 2 is that all the enemies are bullet sponges. A lot of the enemies take around like half a clip to kill, and not only that, then they don't give you any ammo. That is one of the huge problems with this game. Why would you make a third-person shooter in an action-adventure, but a third-person shooter and then not give the player ammo? Are you kidding me? And then the enemies take forever to kill. They didn't fix that until Uncharted 3. Uncharted 2, there's still bullet sponges. At least they give you ammo in that one. Throwing, really. Grenades. Are you fucking
Grenades are
nuts?
awful.
Fucking, are you? Oh!
Is this number 2 on the list?
This is really number 3 on the list.
Oh, okay.
Number 1, no ammo.
Okay.
Number 2, bullet sponge enemies that take forever to kill.
Okay.
Number 3, shitty grenades.
Shitty grenades. All right.
Shitty grenades. You have to select the grenades.
Yeah.
Then you
yeah.
have to aim
yeah.
the grenades.
Yep.
But there's no reticle when you throw the grenade. Instead, you aim the grenade by tilting the 6-axis.
Yep.
That is one of the... I know it was 2007, and developers did that at the time. Like, look at this, it's got motion controls. But throwing the grenade, having to tilt the controller to try and get the grenade in the right spot, and by the time, the dude's probably already left that area.
And headed straight to your face with a shotgun.
Yes. Oh, I'll get to that later. That's not really a complaint I have, but yeah, the grenades in that game are fucking dumb. Number 4 on the list
Okay.
is useless cover.
Useless cover. Yeah.
Useless cover. If you are getting into, I understand they want it to be realistic in that, like, you know, hey, some parts of you might be sticking out from out of cover, you know, like in real life. Certain angles, you'll be able to see somebody behind something. These angles are completely unrealistic. Nobody should be able. If I have this giant wall in front of me, you shouldn't be able to shoot me from not even from like a side, but like, I don't even know what angle. I'm not in geometry. Technically, I'm in trig. It sucks. Whatever they're doing, they shouldn't be able. I know there are games that allow you to get hit from behind cover, but these guys can just keep hit. Like, cover is practically useless in this game, and so much of it depends. So much of the shooting depends on the cover. To be able to get hit from behind cover this often, fucking terrible. Fucking terrible. You're supposed to take cover to regenerate health. That's coming up next year. But I understand, you know, parts of you might be peeking out from behind cover, but there's no way that these people should be able to hit you from that angle and that distance from behind this piece of cover. Speaking of cover, I have mentioned numerous times before now that this is a cover-based third-person shooter. There are points in this game where they don't give you cover. There are points in this game where you have to, I believe there are 2 or 3 parts when you don't have any cover. You have to shoot dudes in open territory, in an open field.
Yeah.
Not only then there are some parts that'll give you like a shitty little 2 foot high, 4 foot long brick wall that can get blown up with one grenade or a couple assault rifle shots, and then you're really out of cover. Well, you have to take out 3 or 4 guys who, again, are bullet sponges. Oh, and this is just on normal difficulty. So, number 4, useless cover. Number 5, poor cover choices. Number 6, the health regeneration. Oh,
Okay.
I understand. Okay, what?
Oh, okay. Explain it. I was gonna say.
Yeah, poor health. I understand that Nathan Drake is supposed to be like the everyman. Like if he's Indiana Jones, if Indiana Jones wasn't like Nathan Drake is just a normal looking guy. Like, look at me with my blue jeans and my half tucked shirt, and my gelled hair.
My satchel.
Yeah, my it's not. He doesn't really carry a satchel, but
Yeah, he does.
he just looks like he's like, look at my t-shirt, my V-neck shirt. It's white. It's only half tucked in. I understand you want to make him like the everyman, really relatable. All right, so while enemies might take half a clip to take out, you can usually take only about 4 or 5 shots, and it takes about 4 or 5 seconds before health regeneration even begins. So I understand wanting to make him vulnerable, but if you're going to make him a vulnerable, relatable character, just a normal dude, then don't make him mow down entire fucking armies of mercenaries, armored, well-equipped mercenaries.
But one thing I will say about that is that is so unlike any other game where you have like a crazy amount of health and then you go and shoot a dude and it takes like 1 shot, where it takes like 6 clips just to even hurt you at all.
Well, in Uncharted 2, they do give you more health.
Right. Right. We're not talking about Uncharted 2.
Yeah, I know. You're talking like Call of Duty.
Right.
Uncharted 2, they do fix this health problem a lot, but in this game, I understand wanting to make him a normal dude. If you're going to make him a normal dude, how about we don't take on an entire army by ourselves?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. And how does everybody have such a big army? How do they have all of these people to just dispose of?
In Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3, you shoot even more dudes.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's like
I'm
they're
convinced
not even...
Nathan Drake is actually just a sociopath.
I could see that.
Trophy, kill 2,000 dudes. All right. Only the silver. Oh, that's the thing in Mass Effect 3, which I just recently finished. There's a trophy there for killing like 5,000 guys. What?
Just genocide.
Yes,
genocide everyone.
Alien genocide. Alien genocide. Commander Shepard, kills 5,000 people. I can't believe that. Why would you have an achievement? And this actually mentioned, like, if Morden survived Mass Effect 2, when you see him in Mass Effect 3, he's like, you know what, Shepard, you've killed a lot of things.
Yeah.
Why do you always resort to violence?
I've never quite understood that in video games, where it's like you're taking on like armies and like you're like the best shooter ever and you're able to kill everybody, and like no one on that army has like someone equivalent to you.
It's the Star Wars effect. It's the Star Wars effect where all the stormtroopers miss every single shot. Like,
yeah,
it's their helmets, man. They can't see anything through their helmets.
And like
you're right.
And then like it's not even that you don't get hit; it's that you get hit so many times and it doesn't even matter. Your screen just turns
Superman.
a little fuzzy. I don't know. That just doesn't make sense to me at all.